Another SOS, and you're stressing, and that's the time to check in. Check into cash, check in. When you have a cash emergency, you check in. We understand the urgency. Check in to get your loans and more. You gotta check in with your check into cash. Walk in, call in, click in, go all in. Check into cash in, check into cash. Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
Matthews Pool and Spa Company, located in Cleveland, Bradley County for over 45 years. You know them. They're your new swimming pool construction and supply company in Cleveland, Tennessee, now with 4 generations of Matthews to serve you. Matthews Pool and Spa Company, for over 45 years, your swimming pool construction and supply company, spa or hot tub installation and maintenance. Get all of your supplies for your pool or spa right now. And that's the new location in the old Quinn Electric Company building behind KFC at 2724 Keith Street in Cleveland. Call Matthews now, 476-4521. You better get your order in now for your new pool construction for this spring and summer. 476-4521. Matthews Pool and Spa Company. Gonna jump in. Woo!
No dealers allowed.
Jackson Catnapper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933, offering the best with over 70 styles of recliners, sofas, electronic lift chairs, full living room packages. Call Mike now at 961-7239 because Jackson Catnapper now offers sales to the public
Every Saturday. That's right, every Saturday.
from 8 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Or call Mike at 961-7239 or go see him
Every Saturday.
at 1911 King Edward Avenue, just across from the main plant. Jackson Catnapper, family owned and operated in Cleveland since 1933. 961-7239.
No dealers allowed.
I'll prove it in days to come. I swear it true, darling, you're the only one. I think of you, of the past and all our fun. I love you, I'll prove it in days to come. You're my darling, you've been
Okay, folks. I don't know if anybody can hear us or not. I don't know. It's not modulating here at all.
It's not?
The needle's not moving.
Well, it ain't working then.
Yeah.
Have you got the board up or something off?
No, I ain't touched the board. If anybody can hear us out there, give us a call at 614-5553. Say, for some reason we're not on the air.
This is off right here.
What? Hello? No, we're not on the air. See, the needles is not moving. Is this supposed to be on? Yeah. These two lights are on. I ain't touching nothing. No. right, Bullet. Yes, we're on the air here this Saturday mornings. We're live with Fast Eddie and Bullet, and I don't know what's been going on down here. There was a button pushed. It wasn't supposed to be pushed, and
Somebody's been in this radio station.
we're
again.
now on the air, Bullet.
Somebody's been in here fooling around again.
Yeah, but now we are going across the air. I can tell we are because
You know, Fast Eddie, it is a lucky thing that you've been here before because I think you hadn't lost your touch on nothing.
well, it just took a few minutes. We're about 7-8 minutes late, but
Anyway, main thing, we're on.
we are on the air. Yes, it's modulating. We're doing good
It's
here.
good. Fast Eddie, how was your week? Did you work yourself to death?
Yes, and it's going to be that way for a little while here. Just staying busy with it, Bullet, how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're staying busy.
No, I thought I was coming down with something again, but I think I'm over it. I don't know what it was. I got up the other morning, I sneezed 20 times.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It's allergies or something going around. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
And
but I'm glad we got this picture because we got a special guest calling in here at 10:30.
Well, Mark Grissom, he used to take pictures of that board,
Yeah,
and maybe we need to do that. Start taking pictures of that board because some of them buttons shouldn't be on, but some of them supposed to be on.
yeah.
The ones at the top right there is not supposed to be on. Anyway, the very top is next. But anyway, Mark Grissom one time come in and he was mad as a wet hen.
Well, I guess so. I mean,
And he said he took pictures of the board and he said that's the last time it's going to happen to him.
I know it's aggravating. It sure is.
If I said I'd like to start off this morning talking about the Honor Guard here in Bradley County. We have a Bradley County Veterans Honor Guard. There is no charge for them going to funerals, and they go to each veteran's funeral, and I don't have the. I was going to give him a phone number. I don't have. Let's see. Where's my phone? I'll give him a phone number. Anyway, it's a Veterans Honor Guard, and you can get a hold of John Thomason. I'm gonna look his phone number up and I'll get it to you right here. And boys, like that I got on my cell phone. He is a friend of mine, and you can call him if you ever want a veteran's funeral. His number is 716-4890. That's 716-4890. He's John Thomason, and he can tell you how you need to arrange for your veteran to have the honor guard at the funeral.
Go ahead, caller. You're live on Saturday mornings.
Next time I come in there, I won't miss the boards up.
Well, you better not.
Yeah, I come in there yesterday and I missed the board up for y'all.
Well, I'm gonna mess you up to get a hold of you.
Uh-oh.
I'll do my best not to run into you.
You better be doing your best. No, I know you're kidding, Cornbread. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good right there.
Did you hear that song I played for you?
I beg your pardon?
Did you hear that song I played for you?
Yeah, it was good right there. You do a good job.
I appreciate that, Cornbread.
I'll tell you a secret. I'm going to tell, and then I don't want everybody in the world to know this.
All right.
I'm going to tell you a secret.
All right, go ahead.
Do you know if you massage people that's bald-headed on top like me?
Yeah?
Do you know if you massage your head 10
Yeah.
minutes a day for a whole year, your hair will actually grow?
It won't do it because I've tried it.
Did you go for a whole year and you did it 10 minutes a day?
I've been doing it for 10 years.
And you still ain't got no, see, I've got some hair on top now.
I do too, but not as much as I'd like to have. But
Yeah, I'm like that too, but I've had this lady right here massaging the top of my head, and she told me that right there. And she's been massaging the top of my head
well, it may work.
for several months here, and I actually got some fuzz up there now.
Well, I'll tell you what we need to do, Cornbread. There's this place in New York City, and they will take your hair that you got off your head and sew it on top of your scalp, and it grows. And I've seen them advertised on TV. If you got about $1,200, we could go to New York City, and I guarantee you it'd be worth the trip.
Well, my brother did that right there, but he didn't have enough money to finish out to do the whole head top right there or whatever. And yeah, you can implant right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to worry about it now because I am 70 years old. I'm not going to worry about it.
How old you are?
70.
You're 70-year-old.
Yeah.
You don't talk like you're 70.
Well, I don't look like it either, I've been told.
Well,
Well, I don't know.
I haven't never seen your picture at the post office yet, so I guess.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness! I hope you never do. If you do, tell me, please. Yeah, if you do, tell me.
I thought they had me and your picture together at the post office there one time.
Oh my goodness! Well, I know what it was. I know what it was, Cornbread. It was that bank job that we tried to pull.
Oh, no.
But anyway, no, I'm glad y'all on the radio station enjoying it and this and that and the other, and I'm just kicking back listening to y'all.
Well, we did have a little bit of problems. We did have a little bit of problems when we first come on, but Fast Eddie's been on this show before. He used to have a show, Cornbread, back in the. He's been about 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago. Group on Wheels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I remember that. What did a lady and some lady there or whatever? Didn't her husband die or something?
That was Old Town Cleveland.
No, that
was okay. Okay.
Yeah, they used to come on this slot we're on right now, Saturday morning.
Okay, sorry, I get that mixed up.
Oh, that's all right.
Fast Eddie, you done a good job out there, and it's good to listen to y'all, and this and that and the other, whatever. But I just wanted to call in and just shoot the breeze with y'all for a few minutes, right?
Sure.
And tell everybody in Cleveland, let's go here and wake up and get a cup of Joe.
There you go.
Cornbread,
Cup of Joe.
What happened to Sid? Is he in the hospital or what?
I haven't heard from him. He hasn't called me or nothing, but I know on Saturday he always, worked over, like I told you last Saturday.
I hadn't heard from him all week.
Well, yeah, you're right. Matter of fact, you're right. I don't know. If he's in the hospital, I wish his sister right there, I forgot what her name is. They're a very nice lady. Seemed like her name might have been Mary or something like that.
Yeah.
If he's in the hospital, I wish he'd call in and let us inform us on this and that and the other. Yeah.
You got that right.
But yeah, he's a good guy. He plays the banjo as good as anybody, I reckon.
I mean, knowing Sid when I first come on this radio, and that was 2011.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
But
like I said, that last Saturday I told you, he came over to my house and played. He knew I liked Rocky Top. Everybody knows Cornbread likes Rocky Top.
well, I'm gonna play it for you sometime before the show's over with. I'll play it for you.
He came over here and played Rocky Top on the banjo for me at my house right here, and he said, "Cornbread, I'm coming over here just to play this for you, whatever." He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be playing it for you before the show's over with.
Okay, and that'd be cool, but Fast Eddie and Bullet, y'all enjoy yourself and this and that and the other, and it's nice to hear y'all on the radio. Y'all had me worried there a little bit if you was going to be on.
Okay, we're going to be on. Now, next week I won't be here, but Bullet will.
Yeah, I may have to go in there. And introduce myself to him, whatever, because I've never met him before. He said he's run into me, but I don't remember him, whatever.
I'll tell you what, Cornbread. I'll be getting back with you now. Since Fast Eddie's not going to be with me next week, I may let you come in and stand in with him, or just be here with me.
Come over there and this and that. You see my telephone number on your thing here, and just keep it between me and you there.
Well, no, I done already tried to call you that number, and it says this number is not listed.
Yeah, I had to change it because of something, but anyway, but you see where I'm at right now, though. You see my number on your computer there.
Oh, okay, on the phone. Okay. Well, I'll be hearing you before next Saturday. I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, but just keep it between me and you on my phone.
All right.
There, if you would, please.
All right, Cornbread. Appreciate you, buddy.
But anyway, hey, y'all have a good one, and I'm listening to y'all.
All right.
All right, thanks.
That was Cornbread.
Cornbread.
I think I asked him one time, how'd you get the name Cornbread? I think he makes cornbread.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, Bullet? The player of the week was Sky Craig. The Checking the Cash player of the week.
What school does he go to?
Walker Valley.
Walker Valley.
He's a track star.
Oh, that's good.
Trackster. Sky Craig for being named the Checking the Cash player of the week. He's a sophomore.
Yep.
And he does he met in the 100-meter dash, 110-meter hurdles, and 300-meter hurdles.
Yeah.
Craig holds the school record at 300 meters.
You
hurdles.
know, if I say there are some students good at that. There's different sports, but I'm glad for him.
Yeah, congratulations, Sky.
Yeah.
And then we got the Southeastern Veterans Home Council 10th Annual Golf Tournament. It's going to be at Shadow Valley Golf Course, June the 1st. Shotgun start at 8 a.m. And registration at 7. Coffee, biscuits, and snack. Lunch will be provided by Shane's Rib Shack.
Shane's Rib Shack.
And it's $70 each for a 4-person select shot. First place pays $300. Second or fifth, $200. Ninth place, $160.
Oh my goodness.
11th place, $100. You can get a hold of Herb Swafford at 596-7814 or Sid
Heidel.
at 280-8932 or Janet Allen.
John Thomason.
And you got John Thompson at 716-4890. Kim Dees, 284-9432.
Yeah.
Joe Davis, 716.
I know all those guys.
676.
I bet old Pat Stan's trying to. I bet old Pat Stan, I'm psyching them out. I bet old Pat Stan's saying, how do you know them names on there? Because I've looked at it.
You've known them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to talk a little bit about the Happy Tales Grooming Salon.
Sure.
Happy Tales, Bridget Ogle is the owner there, and they do a wonderful job. They're at 2251 North Ocoee Street here in Cleveland at 3395777. And they, do grooming on all breeds. It don't matter. I've seen big horses almost in there.
Is that just dogs or is that people too?
Well, no people.
Oh, that's
just dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I was going to take my brother over.
they do good there. And Amy does my dog, Amy Hamlin. And she grooms it good. Keisha Knight's a groomer. And Christina works there. What a sweet person. They all are. And
You got 2 dogs, ain't you, Pat Stan? How many dogs you got?
one I had 2, one died.
Well.
And when this one passes, I'm not having no more. I'm done.
I've actually heard a lot of people say that though, Pat Stan.
I can't handle it.
If you grieve with no, I think you should get another dog.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try not to have to worry about that. But hang tight. Let me play one here. Hardee's has got them roast beefs, big.
Big.
$2 for $5, and they're good.
They're big,
I had
too.
one the other day. It was delicious.
Every day, vegetables are ripped from the earth, sliced, diced, even something called julienne. But for just $5 a day, you can help. Get 2 Hardee's original roast beef sandwiches for just $5. Slow-cooked beef and dipped in rich au jus, each prepared without harming a single vegetable. So come to Hardee's, get 2 original roast beef sandwiches, and save the veggies. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Available for a limited time after regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
As they say, good.
Yeah, Bullet, if you've not tried that, you need to go
I
by
have.
and try it. Boy, you talk about good. That they dip it in that au jus sauce.
Well, I like it because it's about 1.5 inches thick, or
Yeah.
maybe 2 inches. And
Paul's like that.
yeah, Pat Stan, they're going to be having somewhere in Polk County. It's May the 22nd on Highway 411. They're going to be 3. There's going to be Polk County MacMen and Etowah Police is going to be checking to see if you've been drinking a little bit too much.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be let's see, it's going to be a I can't even talk, sobriety checkpoint over on 411 Highway, May the 22nd. And it's going to be, I'll tell you where it's going to try to be at here in a minute. It's going to be May the 22nd, and they're going to be using 3 different counties over here. It's going to be on the, see if you got impaired. The checkpoints will take place from 5 p.m. until 2 p.m. Let's see. I'm trying to figure where it's going to be. I think it's just going to be on Highway 4. They're not saying where it's going to be. Maybe that's their plan. It just has Highway 411. May the 22nd, for impaired drivers to decrease alcohol-related crashes. Says the checkpoints will take place from 5 until 2 a.m. Officers will rotate their enforcement efforts. It don't say where it's going to be at over there. So maybe all I can say is if you're driving on 411 Highway, you better be careful. And So that's the only thing. That's the only reason I can find out. That's the only reason I can say they don't tell where it's going to be at. Anyway, Patsy, I just tell them they're going to be on Highway 411, but they don't say where they're going to be. And there's going to be 3 different agencies there. They're going to try to get people off the road that's been drinking a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And it's going to be May the 22nd.
Well, Bullet, I wanted to say that we're going to have Gary Keller and B.J. McLeod's going to be calling in here in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we need to keep these phone lines open
Sure.
here. And this should be an interesting call here. Some racing and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
You want me to talk about one more thing?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, there's actually, this is Edward Webb. He went to one of these. They're having a revival at Kinzer Church of God. It's going to be May the 19th through the 22nd. Starts every evening at 6 p.m. or Monday through Wednesday at 7 p.m. nightly. It's going to be at Kinzer Church of God. They're on the Kinzer Road here in Cleveland. And the phone number is 476-7400. I don't mind giving out the revivals. Maybe I need to go to one. Kinzer Church of God. Seems like I've heard of that. It's on Kinzer Road, Southeast. 140 Kinzer Road. And that's a revival there.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand, usually they tell you where they're going to be on this, over on 411 Highway. Usually say where they're going to be, but they didn't say where they're going to be at. Just 411 Highway. Maybe that's the purpose of not doing that.
It could be, yes.
But anyway, let's see. Did I show you this picture here where they're going to 4 Magic Shelves number
Yeah,
one?
won't you talk about that a little bit?
Well, from what I understand, it's going to be the plant number 1. I think Whirlpool's, I wish they'd say Magic Shelves to Whirlpool.
I know it. That's how we remember it, ain't
It
it?
says Whirlpool plant number 1. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's where it stands over there now. And according to this picture here, they're going to have a beautiful looking pond. I don't know if you call it pond or what it is. They're going to do a transformation. It's going to be I think it's going over where the old Magic Shelf used to be.
Yeah.
And boy, that's going. I hope they get it built in my lifetime.
Yeah, 2029, what would you be, Bull? About 90?
Oh, I don't think I'll be here. Is it going to be that long?
I thought you said 2029.
Well, no. I think they're going to try to have it done in 10 years. So 10 years, I'll be 80.
Oh, you'll be here.
I don't know. I hope so. But I tell you what, that's and right there where the Cherokee Motel used to be, they're going to try to have a rooftop restaurant there.
Really?
Yeah, on top of it.
Oh, that'll be nice.
And yeah, they're going to have it's former Cherokee Hotel.
And what I understand from Mayor Brooks, they're going to have a lot of stuff done in downtown.
Well, Emmett Street, it shows a picture. I don't know if I brought it with me or not. Emmett Street, you ain't going to believe how it's going to look. It shows that's going to be 20 or 30 years from here, I believe.
They'll have a rotary, ain't they? You know, where you...
Yeah, they're going to have bushes in it's going to be 2 lanes. It's going to have in the center lane is going to be plants, bushes down through there. And you just drive on each side of it. And I hope they get that fixed.
Yeah.
But this town's going to look different.
Oh, yeah, definitely is here.
And let's see what else I got here. So how much time we got?
We still got a little bit of time till Gary Keller and B.J. McLeod call in. They're going to do it on a 2-way system here to try to connect each other and to get a hold of us. So.
I actually heard Class say that they're building down on Southley Highway there. I think it's going to be on Smith Drive. They're going to build a new large motel or hotel for it's going to be, the people stay up there now where it used to be Cherokee.
Yeah.
They're all put them down there, down off Southley Highway. It's not, they ain't started on it yet.
Well, I thought it was going to be where Ed Supply was down there, but they put Ed Supply in that place.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit down farther from Ed Supply. There, we got a phone call.
Yeah, hang on here. Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Whoop.
Hello, Gary Keller here.
Oh, yes, Gary. You got Fast Eddie and a Bullet in here. We've got you.
How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good. I think I've got BJ McLeod with me. Are you there, BJ?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is good.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
Technology. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
It is when you got a one-line phone here. Yeah, it works good.
Yeah. How are you guys today?
Doing very well, Gary. And BJ, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I get to run a race tonight, so it's a wonderful day.
Now, before we get going here, Good, I just want to ask you one quick question. I know you drive for Gary and them in Xfinity Series. You drive the 15 car, correct?
That's correct.
But tonight, what are you driving?
I actually drive all the numbers for Rick Ware at different points. I drive the Cup Series for Rick Ware Racing, and this weekend it's the 53. It's actually the first time he's ran that third car, and usually I'm in the 51 or the 52, but it's always Rick Ware Racing when I'm in the Cup Series.
Yeah. Hey, there was might have been a couple weeks ago. Wasn't you running up close to the lead in one of these races, BJ?
I wish I was.
I thought it was you. I might be wrong.
No,
but.
we haven't been close to leading the Cup Series ever. It's been, best finish we have is 28th at a non-super speedway, and then we finished 19th in the 500 in February, which was, that was pretty cool. But we're a low budget team in the Cup Series, just trying to build up and get better each year. Same thing that everybody does when they start out. And Rick's done an amazing job building the team. He come back to the Cup Series in 2017, and he had 2 cars and 5 or 6 people, and now he's got, I couldn't even tell you, probably 20 people, and he's got probably 12 to 15 cars, and he's got really good equipment and some really good people too working on that stuff. And we're way better off than where we were, but it's still, top series in the world for stock car racing, and it's very, very difficult to even be there. So we're pretty happy that, we can compete from 33rd to 30th on a good weekend, and, that's a realistic and, a very good accomplishment whenever we can do that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something fast, Eddie. The thing about BJ, he's so multi-purpose. He runs the Cup Series.
Loop FM is a non-profit community radio station that is made possible thanks to the generosity of individuals and the following sponsors.
Sorry about that. I just clicked the button off here.
Keep that in, just so it's not a hurricane or a tornado.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about BJ. He's so multifunctional here within the sport. Not only does he drive for myself and Johnny for the 15 car in the Xfinity Series, he also owns his own team in the Xfinity Series.
He does.
He's got Vinnie Miller. He's got Matt Mills that drive the 2 cars for his team. So, Johnny and I are honored that BJ takes his time away from his actual team to run for us. And let me tell you something about BJ. There's no doubt in my mind that I could put him in that 4 car that Ross Chastain is in, and he could ride that car every bit as good as Ross right now. He's one heck of a race car driver, and I feel very honored that he's involved with Johnny's and my program.
Yeah.
So this guy is very universal, and he just doesn't get the recognition of what he does for the sport. And it's really nice to be associated with him. I like this guy an awful lot. He knows I do. Because every time I see him, I want to give him a big hug.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Gary. We I definitely feel the exact same way about driving for you guys. It's an honor to get to go over there and drive for you and Johnny. And we just, I just look forward to it every week. I tell Johnny all the time at the track, I'm like, he says that I'm driving more, and I'm like, dude, I just treat it like it's the last weekend because I really enjoy it. You never know when you're coming back. So
yeah.
I always treat every weekend like it's the last one, but he always tells me, he's like, no, you're good, you're driving more, don't worry. Like, I just really like it, and and they got such a good organization over there that, and one thing I like is my team's good because of the people that we have, and Johnny's team's good because of the people he has. It's hard to, in this sport, you got to have good people or you're nothing, and he's got a good group of guys over there that I enjoy working with, just like I enjoy working with the guys that I have with my team. And it's honestly, it's the funnest time I've ever had racing, driving for Johnny, because his stuff's very organized as far as the cars and the setups we take to the track, and they're all pretty equal. And, you just know what you have when you go over there. So we always have a good time, driving what we got, doing the best with the budget we have for that weekend.
We're making it happen. The bad thing about the 15 car, I mean, we're a 4-team program, a 4-car program, so, Flex Seal, they usually stay, on the 4 car and on the 0 car, and sometimes it's hard to have sponsorship for that 15 car plus the 01, so sometimes VJ will run without sponsorship, so we can't have him, from a points perspective, we can't have him out there, competing and trying to stay up front to keep that car moving and take a chance on it getting wrecked because we have no money on it.
Yeah, I follow you.
So he pretty much lays in the back and he stays out of trouble. And he's learned a lot. The good thing, I think, for you, BJ, is that you get to run laps and you get to feel the track, and it makes you a better driver from what I can do.
It absolutely has made me a better driver driving for Johnny. I mean, I haven't been nervous getting in a race car in, 20 years, because I started driving stock cars when I was 12, and I just don't get nervous. I haven't got nervous in, like I said, probably 2 decades. And when Johnny asked me to drive for him at Iowa for the first time last year, I was actually nervous to practice the car. I was so weird because I don't get like that. And I we went out and we qualified, I think 19th the first time we ever. And like Gary just said, we weren't really trying. We were just there getting through the weekend, and we qualified 19th, made second round first time, and it was a great weekend. It had a lot of fun, and it was just funny to me that I actually got nervous to drive for him. So I told Johnny that too, and he just laughed. And it's just fun because I get to go over there, and like Gary said, even though we're not trying hard most weeks, it's still a big deal for me as a driver to get to do that stuff, and it helps me driving for another team and driving for people like them to try and make myself better. And there's times, yes, we're running 20th to 22nd on the track, but if you look at our lap times, we're quick enough to where if we had raced hard the whole race, to be running 10th to 12th, and that's what we shoot for. As far as Wayne and I with our group of people in our car. Is sometimes we don't have sticker tires, or we don't have we can't take those chances on the restarts, and I lose way too much time, and it causes me to lose extra laps because I was really cautious on the restarts. But once we get running in a midway of a fuel run, even with our scuffed tires, what times are we running? And a lot of times we're top 15 for sure.
Yeah,
and that's where if we could attract the right sponsorship, we could go run top 15 every week with that 15 car like that. That car's a good car.
Yeah, just got to have sponsorship. And it's tough, ain't it, BJ, to get that sponsorship, to do that?
It's definitely tough. I mean, everybody fights for it from first to 40th. It's not there's nobody that just has sponsorship handed to them. But I like that about the sport. I think that it makes it what it is, because you have to work and go get it and make it happen, and it's not just handed to you. And I don't want to run in a series where all the cars are the same and all the motors are the same, and everything's just easy. Like I have no interest in it, even though right now it would obviously be in my best interest to say that. I'm more of the, if we make it, we made it the right way, and if we don't, then I still work hard and tried the hardest I could.
See, like last night in the truck series, Kyle Busch wins again, but I was pulling for Ross Chastain, but his truck, he got messed up on that restart there right at the end.
Well,
doggone it.
The laps, he just did not have enough, laps. He put those new tires on, but he only had 3 laps to really get up front there. And like you said, he just didn't get a real good start. But Ross has done tremendously well. Last week he won the truck race, and this week he got a top 10 again in the truck series. So, their program is doing very well.
One thing nobody, was paying a lot of attention to, I watched them through practice. I talked to Ross yesterday, and, that truck was a 15th to a 20th place truck in practice. Like, it was nowhere near a winning truck. I wasn't expecting him to be inside the top 10, honestly, because they were just struggling. And when he took the lead there for a little bit, Kyle got by him, I was like, wow, they must have hit on something. And he was in contention, and what took him out of it was a pit stop, not the last one. It was probably 60 to go, 50, 55 to go, something like that.
Right.
They come in second and come out 7th. And you can't do that when and everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's a team, You don't really pick your guys just because they make one mistake. But that's what put him in the position to not be to where he could attack and stay in that top three and have a shot. Was he going to outrun the 51? No way, shape, or form. But I do believe he could have finished second.
Yeah.
Truck that practiced 15th to 20th yesterday. And I mean, there's something to be said about that. I mean, he did a heck of a job driving that thing. He just didn't have it play out his way yesterday.
All right. Now, guys, look at this just a minute here. Now, the 51 truck is usually the one that Kyle Busch runs, when he does run it. He won't be running no more this year, I don't think. I think he run his 5 races that he's allowed to run,
Correct.
And whoever runs the 51 now, I guarantee he won't win like Kyle Busch does in it. So
I don't know. It all depends. It's it depends on the experience of the driver that gets in it. If it's a new guy trying to learn and first couple races in the sport, then more than likely he's not going to win. But
yeah,
you let somebody like put Noah Grayson back in that thing. All right.
Yes.
He's gonna win like Kyle would. Like Noah can drive. There's people who put Eric Jones in it. Eric Jones will win the first race he sits back in it. It's just no matter what, no matter how much talent you have from whatever series you left before you come to NASCAR, whether it be the Truck Series, Xfinity, or Cup Series, no matter how much talent you have to learn these tracks and the way practice works and the way qualifying works and the way the race plays out and where the grooves move during the race and the way the tires burn off and how to keep them equal. And there's just a million things to learn. No matter how much talent you have when you switch into the series, it's going to take you a little bit of time to win. Like Kyle Larson was probably the best I've ever seen at switching from a dirt car to winning in NASCAR.
Yes.
Like he didn't take no time. But those guys are few and far between that can just jump in and win. And I've seen people put in as good equipment as Kyle was in, and they don't win. It takes them a lot of time to get that experience, and that's what is so good about what Johnny and Gary do. Ross would have never been able to win in that watermelon or in the Xfinity race last year in the DC Solar car. He would never have been able to win in that car if he had not have been driving for Johnny and Gary the last couple of years. No way, shape, or form was he been able to pull that off. And that's what is good about what they do. It lets people like Ross or like me or like Garrett or, whoever. There's been who knows how many people. Landon's another really good one that drove for Johnny.
Yes.
It lets these people, it lets us get the seat time we need. So if you get the right sponsorship at Johnny's, we can go try to win. Or if you get in a car that's already in the top 5 consistently, you're ready to win because it takes so much to execute an entire race from start to finish. It's not just all about raw talent. You have to have the experience.
You got to have that experience. Yes, you're right. I agree with you, BJ, on that. One more thing, then I'll let my co-host talk to you a little bit, too. Now, I heard Gary say that you own your own team in Xfinity. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
What is the numbers of your cars in Xfinity series?
This year we've got the 78 and the 5, and we also have the 99. We started a third full-time car this year that we've been working with and trying to get built up. And we're just now getting where I feel solid with all 3 teams as far as prep and making sure things are right, and starting to get all the setups correct, and we're getting geared up to be good through the summer stretch. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's 78, 5, 99.
Who drives those cars? Just different people, BJ?
Yeah. Vinny Miller's full-time in the 78. Matt Mills is full-time in the 5. Tommy Joe Martins is the main driver in the 99.
Yeah.
And then we have probably 15 to 17 races that other drivers drive. Junior Oliva is another good, really good driver that he's driving for me this year. And he drove me, I think he drove for me 2 races last year. Didn't finish horse in 22nd. Never been in an Xfinity car before.
Wow.
And that's really good for our budget. I know some people might say, well, that's still 22nd, but it should have been 30th to 32nd being his first couple races. So,
now, you don't drive for yourself, right? You drive for Gary and Johnny.
I used to until Johnny called and offered me a ride. As soon as he did, I jumped because literally, whether his stuff was better than mine or not, I wanted to drive for those guys. It's fun for me to go drive for Johnny and Gary, and that's just the truth. Like I actually enjoy trying to do good for them, and it's, you know, I right now, if I had open seat in my car versus driving at Johnny's, the only reason I would look at my car is for my guys. Like my guys, they like me and they want me to drive, but you know, every one of them has told me, hey, go drive Johnny's car and have fun. You know, like they support me in driving for Johnny's team and Gary's team, and it's, you know, it's something where I actually, if you ask me, I would rather drive for Johnny and Gary than I would my own car.
Yeah, and I like Johnny. He's been on our show before, but I really like Gary, and that ain't because he's on the other line here. I just I'm sort of getting a bond with him, and he's good for our show, and I'm going to use him a lot on the show here because I think he's the most knowledgeable owner that I've talked to in a long time about racing. You know what I'm saying, BJ?
Look at racing and see how many people have made it here 20 plus years. Okay, with a team and kept it going, and you know that's right. The Johnny, that's this team. Okay, and that's, you got one of the guys on the phone that's helped, you know, keep it there, and it's really difficult to be in this series more than 3 years straight as an owner. Like, it's very, very.
That's right.
To maintain that, they've done it for over 2 decades.
That's right.
You know, it's kind of funny because we were talking earlier about sponsorship. I can remember the day in NASCAR, and I'm sure you can too, Eddie, because, you know, in Bullitt, we're all around the same age. But I can remember whenever sponsorships came to NASCAR on a daily basis and said, hey, we want to sponsor a race team. We're dying to do it. And there was a line, a 10-tier line of Fortune 500 companies that wanted to be involved in NASCAR, and that's when these budgets became so huge. It's just like Lowe's and Home Depot, you know, putting up $20+ million to sponsor a NASCAR team. I watched it. Quaker State, you know, I mean, Shell, I mean, you know, Valvoline. You guys remember the day?
Yeah.
You know, when sponsorship was so available for NASCAR teams, and now it's just tough to get. I mean, just in an Xfinity series, Johnny and I have talked about this, BJ. There's probably only maybe 6 real sponsorship money there in the Xfinity
and nobody realizes that when they turn the TV on. They don't realize that there's that or less left.
Yeah.
You know, like, but the one thing I will say is, you know, like one thing it reminds me of is real estate. Like in Florida, real estate was like just through the roof, and I'd say 2007 is when it started to fall off. And I think this sponsorship thing, how you say it, used to be lined up and easy to get. Everybody drove the price up too far to sponsor the cars because they were lined up and coming in because it was a new way to advertise. And I think, you know, we've gotten, obviously we outpriced ourselves and ran it to where it wasn't valuable enough for everybody to stick around as far as advertising partners. And I think you'll see a reset though, because, you know, at the Cup Series, there's people that have, you know, personal money that can fund those cars at $20-30 million a year if they want to be a part of the team. There are people that are that powerful in the country, but in the Xfinity Series, they're not gonna stick around and keep doing that, because the problem is everybody that has that kind of power, they want to be the top series. Okay,
right.
So in Xfinity, you're gonna have the budget reset to where it is the right ROI again to be able to be competitive throughout the team. It may take 3 years, it may take 5, it may take 10. I don't know how long, but I think the budget will reset to where a sponsor can come in or advertising partner can come in and get the right ROI to be able to be in the series, and it'll start to come back around to where it was. Not as strong, because obviously we're not going to run it through the roof this time, because you don't want to make the same mistake twice. But right now, I believe sometime in the future, inside of 10 years, it'll come back to where there's 20 fully sponsored full-time teams that are racing equal budgets, and that'll be when it's, you know, really fun to watch.
Hey guys, this is Bishop Bullitt. I want to ask BJ a couple of questions real fast. For our listeners, BJ, Did you start racing very young, or when did you first start racing?
I was 2.5 years old the first time I took a grip.
I figured you was, but most all racers I talked to said they've started driving go-karts and stuff like that.
I wouldn't be anything that I am right now without my parents. They loved me to death and loved racing. And
yeah.
They hauled me all over the country. I'd won 300 go-kart races by the time I was 11 years old.
Well, we used to have some go-kart races here in Cleveland, Tennessee too, and but anyway, I almost got a creek in my neck just sitting in here. How do you guys? Do you guys drink a lot of water before you get in a race car, or how do you keep from getting cramps and stuff?
It's funny. I actually don't drink a lot of water the day of. Everybody thinks that you drink water the day of or the day before. My wife's, she's a bodybuilder. She likes to train all the time. She's done competitions and all that stuff, and she knows all the nutrition side of your body. And she's got me so over. I'm in such good shape when it comes to that. I've ran the 600, the 500. There was a Brickyard 400 I ran that was 6 hours and 30 minutes long, counting red flags and rain delays. And, we don't have a problem with it because if you start hydrating, if you're always hydrated, which I am, it doesn't matter. So, I'm hydrated every day of the week. You could say, hey, go run 400 miles, it'll be all right. I don't have to prep, but, you definitely have to make sure you're hydrated, and it's impossible to hydrate the day of a race. If somebody tells you that they're correct, because you have to be hydrated the day before, and it starts 3 days before that.
Well, I don't drink enough water myself, really, but I'm actually a Pepsi guy. I got to have a Pepsi, but that's.
I like soft drinks too. It's just you got to have at least half your body weight in ounces of water a day to stay hydrated.
Well, and this is, I won't ask you this because I don't know if it's, now I've been noticing on TV and a lot of people have been saying the tracks, why do you think the fans are falling off now? Is it because the rules have changed or do you guys think fans are falling off?
One thing I think is funny is show me a track that the fans have actually fallen off. Like, here's the deal, okay? You go and, all right, so Bristol. Everybody was freaking out because Bristol had, let's say, 40,000 people there for the Cup race. I'm just using that number. I don't even know, okay? But 40,000 people at Bristol, the grandstand's looking completely empty. But what they don't realize is the campers outside and the traffic that went through there that weekend was well over 100,000 people, okay? And that's facts. All right, so tell me, all right, so we got 30, in Xfinity we got 33 races. Let's judge Cup. All right, we got 36 races, okay? Out of those 36 races, I'm going to say that you can say less than 16 of them are under 100,000 people foot traffic for the weekend. And I would be surprised if it's even under 100. Okay, if you count the campers and all the merchandise trailers outside, everything that people that come through there, it's probably close to 100 every single weekend, 36 weekends out of the year. NFL, all right, which is to me the coolest sport other than the NASCAR as far as fun to watch, it has stadiums throughout the year in a 16 or 17 game season that have less than half capacity, all right? And there's no campers outside. All you do at most is tailgate for 6 or 7 hours.
Right.
Their foot traffic is 75,000 tops on average, all right? Now, yeah, when you get to the playoffs, everything's packed. Everybody's packed outside. They're big. But Talladega, we had 190,000 people there, okay? So whether they're sitting exactly in the grandstands and it's completely full or not doesn't matter. And the negative social media that really has no point in existing, they sit there and focus on one thing that they can talk about. And anybody that's successful at anything, they look at it and say, all right, well, I can take this and make that happen. All right. You don't point out the one thing that's wrong. So if you want to point out the one thing that's not exactly correct, where every seat in the stands is full, then let's point out the fact that we're still the highest foot traffic sport in the country. It's twice the time of any other, like I said, NFL 17 games. All right, we're doing it 36 weekends a year, okay? If you go to baseball, I've watched baseball games that there is literally 100 people in the grandstands for, a Phillies game, all right? And it's just because the season is long and people can't afford to go to the stadium whenever they can turn it on their TV and sit in their own climate at their house and enjoy the roughly the same thing. You don't get the in-person experience, but there's a lot of people there that can save the money and say, okay, well, I want to go to this game later on. It's just a budget issue because everything is expensive.
Well, you know, guys, besides racing, there's one other. I don't know if you call it. Well, I guess you call it a sport. I am a wrestling guy. I used to drive all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, to watch a live wrestling match. And but when it comes to racing, though, I've been watching racing ever since I don't know, back in the late 50s, I guess, or 60s. And anyway, I want to say before I hand it back over to Fast State, I appreciate you two guys calling in, and I want you to have a good race this evening. What time does it start?
I believe our race starts at 6.
6? Okay, I'm gonna try to tune into that.
Then the All-Star race usually starts around 8:30 tonight.
Oh, so yours are in Charlotte.
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't know where you was racing at.
I should have told you. Yeah.
When you said All-Star race, I figured it's Charlotte.
Yeah, well, then we got Charlotte on the schedule again next weekend. So,
okay.
Touching on the point that BJ said, I mean, there are a lot of variables in this thing. He did touch on some good points because there are 33 races in our series. There's 36 in the Cup. That's a lot of venue days. But the fact of the matter is, people look and they say, well, there's a lot of diminishing traffic, in the grandstands, and that is true. There's a lot of people that don't show up for these races at this point in time. But, we talked about it a few weeks ago, Eddie. We talked about how the good old boys have just decided to get 5 or 6 of their buddies together, and they'll sit down and they'll watch the race together. They'll have beer in their own home. They'll have chicken wings or pizza come in, and that's what's happening a lot, too. So the sport has priced itself out of realism with the common fan. I think this has happened because of third-generation France family. I'll touch on that a little bit here. I mean, Lisa France Kennedy, her husband, I think was his name Ben, BJ, or do you remember?
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Yeah. But he got killed in a plane crash. And Lisa France Kennedy was the inheritor of the family fortune. Her interest diminished whenever her husband got killed in the plane crash. So then it came down to, Brian France. And we all know what happened in this third generation with Brian France. Drugs were involved. He was basically sat down to the side, and then the uncle Jim France came back in to run the sport. So a lot of things at the top tier has been in disarray. Third generation, inheritance is notorious for letting the business or a sports venue go down the tubes, and that's what we've seen here. Getting back to sponsorships, I mean, Rick Hendricks, Jack Roush, Joe Gibbs, all these guys got involved in NASCAR in the heyday whenever sponsorship money was plentiful, and, they had a $26 million budget, yearly budget for a race team. Let me tell you, and BJ can attest to this as well, there's no way in hell you can spend $26 million on a race team in one season unless you pocket a lot of that money. And that's what Rick Hendricks, Jack Roush, Joe Gibbs, and a lot of these guys, that's how come they become multi-millionaires. Am I right, BJ?
Yeah, I mean, especially at the time they started, yes.
Yeah, the time they started. So it was all about timing. You cannot spend $26 million in this sport. Johnny and I are running around $2.5–3 million for 4 teams. BJ knows what it's like to run 2 or 3 teams on his budget. We'd sure the heck like to have $26 million a year, wouldn't we, BJ?
I'd be really happy to have 3 a car.
So things have changed in the sport. Can it rebound, reset, as BJ says? I think so. I think it can. And people have always been attracted to speed. And the engineering concept in the sport has widened its horizons, Every year there's something new. These cars, trust me, these cars could run 230, 240 miles an hour, but aerodynamically,
Yeah.
can't handle it, can they, BJ?
I wish I could get in a car, but Fast Eddie has been in a race car before.
Yeah.
They can handle the speed, but you got to worry about the fans. You know, like we can't be going over the fence and landing in the grand.
Oh, no.
I think that's the reason why they keep them limited on speed.
Hey, guys.
People don't realize that these cars can go as fast as Indy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just aerodynamically they can't handle it because the way that they're structured.
Yes.
Hey, guys, hang on just a second here. I need to run some commercials across the air. But hang on, you guys got some more time, don't you, or do you? You know, just,
I don't know if BJ does. Are you okay, BJ?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
okay. Let me play a few commercials, and you can rest a few minutes, and we'll be right back. How's that? Just stay on the line. Don't hang up. All right. Let's see.
Bunch of good
Hello. I'm the doctor.
And you're listening to WOOPLP, Cleveland, Tennessee. WOOP FM is a broadcasting service of the Traditional Music Resource Center, and we play America's original music.
Another SOS, and you're stressing, and that's the time to check in at Check Into Cash.
It's that time again. Are you more back to school or back to bills? When you need extra cash, text the word quote to 55670 for a free, no-obligation quote. Learn how much cash you can pre-qualify for. That's quote to 55670. Get pre-qualified today.
Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
Matthews Pool and Spa Company, located in Cleveland, Bradley County for over 45 years. You know them. They're your new swimming pool construction and supply company in Cleveland, Tennessee, now with 4 generations of Matthews to serve you. Matthews Pool and Spa Company, for over 45 years, your swimming pool construction and supply company, spa or hot tub installation and maintenance. Get all of your supplies for your pool or spa right now. That's the new location in the old Quinn Electric Company building behind KFC at 2724 Keith Street in Cleveland. Call Matthews now, 476-4521. You better get your order in now for your new pool construction for this spring and summer. 476-4521. Matthews Pool and Spa Company. Gonna jump in. Woo! Mayday, mayday, mayday. It's May and it's getting hot, but you can beat the heat at Economy Rentals. Yes, beat the heat for only $25.95 a week with a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. That's only $25.95 a week. Economy Rentals, Cleveland's oldest and locally owned rent-to-own store, makes it easy to own. Whether you're looking for appliances, furniture, TVs, electronics, and more. Don't forget, you can always get the washer and dryer combo, only $21.95 a week, or 2 rooms of furniture, only $39.95 a week. But don't forget, beat the heat now. Get you some AC, baby. Call 472-6105 or go by 901 Sahara Drive. That's 472-6105 or 901 Sahara Drive. EconomyRentals.net and on Facebook. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Man, it feels good in here with this AC.
Every day, vegetables are ripped from the earth, sliced, diced, even something called julienne. But for just $5 a day, you can help. Get 2 Hardee's Original Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $5. Slow-cooked beef and dipped in rich au jus, each prepared without harming a single vegetable. So come to Hardee's, get 2 Original Roast Beef Sandwiches, and save the veggies. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Available for a limited time after regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price of participation may vary.
All right, guys, we're back with you again. I appreciate you letting me run these commercials.
I got one more thing I want to run across you guys real fast. We had a caller about a week ago. It was Morgan Shepherd. I think you guys know him. I bet you do know Morgan, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he used to call in on our show. We used to have a Whoop on Wheels show here about 2 years ago, and Morgan called in a lot. And I'm not going to say Morgan's the oldest racer out there right now. I don't want to get mad. He won't get mad at him. But no, Morgan's a good guy.
Yeah, Morgan's one of a kind. I think BJ will attest to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, BJ, I'm going to ask you a question. How old are you?
Maybe he's supposed to tell his age.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm 35.
Oh, he's a youngster compared to us.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
You gotta beat this guy, Eddie. You gotta come to the track. You guys have to come to the track and beat this man.
I'm going to have to. I know that, and quick as I get my wife well and stuff, I'm going to try to come to the track and meet all of you guys, because I think most of you are fantastic people here. I mean, Gary's wonderful on the air, and BJ is wonderful also. It's been great to have you guys on here.
Yeah. Well, BJ's 35 years old, but he's a smart guy.
Yes.
I can tell you that he absorbs knowledge on the track. He absorbs knowledge about what the sport is, and he watches, sees what's going on with other drivers, and I hope there comes a day that this guy can showcase his talents, because he is a good driver. I'd like to see him I'd like to get a sponsorship for him for about a $40,000 or $50,000 sponsorship for a weekend, so he could take that 15 car and really showcase what he could do.
Yeah.
I'm going to see to it that happens here in the near future.
Yeah, it's just...
I definitely would like to do it. I appreciate that. I mean, it's your guys' opinion, yours and Johnny's, and, it means a lot to me that you guys believe in me. And like I said, I'm just thankful to get to drive your stuff every week, because you guys have some really nice hot rods.
Yeah, I'm hoping BJ gets his team going real good with some sponsorship too for his cars. You got
to remember, we're a baby compared to Johnny Davis Racing. We're only 4 years old. This is our fourth year as far as Xfinity goes, and we're working. And I'm very realistic, and I say exactly where we're at and what we're doing, and we're definitely the best off we've ever been, but we have a lot of work to do to get to where we want to be, and it's not going to happen in a year. I mean, it's going to take time, but we're just going to keep working and see what we can do.
It'll take you a good little while to get where Johnny and Gary are at, right?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've always just focused on my own stuff, and I look at my own business as a business, not just a race team, and I treat it like, a small business, even though it's kind of turning into a big business. And I just diagnose and, dissect and change and keep working and getting better. And, I'm always thinking 2 or 3 years ahead. So we're just going to work hard and do the best we can do with what we're able to put together. And as long as we keep good people around us, we're going to be fine.
Yep, that's for sure. Gary, I hope you all get that sponsorship one of these days. It will. And see what BJ can do in the 15 car with that good sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. I personally can make that happen. I'm going to pick my moment. I may pick it for Daytona in February. Not coming up here 4th of July, but I got some real money coming into my realm. I've got so much money out from this hurricane relief we're doing down in Mexico Beach and Panama City. I've got over $2 million on the backside of all that, so I'm going to make that happen on that 15 car, because I really like BJ a lot, and I'd like to see him showcase his talents and just surprise everybody.
That's right.
We definitely want to do that. But I just appreciate you guys believing in me. It means a lot.
Oh, we do. We do.
It's like I told Jody and I told you, it just for you guys to even let me in your car is a big accomplishment for me. So I really value that, and it makes me a happier person knowing that you guys trust me with your stuff. So
sure,
we'll keep digging and work hard, and whatever we get, we get.
Yeah, we do have Kentucky Speedway coming up July 13th. I think it's the week after Daytona. So, BJ, that's my home track, because, I live here north of Cincinnati. I live between Dayton and Cincinnati, Ohio. People don't understand how I got involved in NASCAR, but, I played high school and college basketball, and then I went to, I was always on the Sunday afternoons, Wide World of Sports, watching NASCAR whenever it came on. So I was always a NASCAR junkie, always was involved in that. I am looking to purchase a home in Inlet Harbor, Ponce Inlet Harbor, which is just a little bit south of Daytona. And in 1974, I was down at the Daytona 500 and watching the series of races, the ARCA race. Of course, they didn't have a truck series back then, but the Busch race and then naturally the Winston Cup race. But we were down there that weekend, and we went to a restaurant called Inlet Harbor, and it was a seafood joint. And all the drivers back then loved it. So I'm there with my people that I had went down with, and who walks in but Cale Yarborough and his entourage. Here comes Cuckoo Marlin and Sterling Marlin. And Sterling Marlin was probably, he was younger than me. He was probably about 14 years old back then. But it was just the place and the atmosphere where all the drivers would come to for a seafood dinner, you know, in Inlet Harbor. So if you ever get a chance, check that out. Or BJ, maybe we'll get you and your wife, and we'll go down to Inlet Harbor for some good seafood.
Definitely. She would definitely enjoy that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
If only we'd be so lucky for them guys to walk in there and hang out with us.
Oh, man. When
that era of racing, man. Just
yeah, the good old days.
I mean, they were like, they're just, I mean, you can't ever match that. Like, what they did in race cars, you know, I truly like the 80s and 90s. Like, that's my favorite part. But if you go back, I mean, you can go all the way back to when it started. I mean, those guys were wearing, like, rubber football helmet and, you know, or airplane helmet and had a lap belt, you know, if they were lucky enough to have that. You know?
But BJ, I got a question for you. I know racing's more your thing, and you've raced a pretty long time, but after the season ends, for fans listening out there, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you're not racing? Race all the time, or you?
Yeah, that's all I've really done my whole life. I've recently, in the last couple of years, got to where I want to go attempt to snowboard. I like to ski. Like, I'm okay at skiing, not that good, but I like to try to learn to snowboard, which I still am horrible at. And my wife freaks out about it because she don't want me to get hurt, because if I get hurt, then I can't do what I love. So we skipped this year. So it's you know, it's funny. I try to do that, but other than that, you know, we just like to relax, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, we're gone 40, 42 weekends a year, and when we get through Homestead, it's like find a place and don't leave. You know, that's kind of our hobby.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why you don't see me at all the races, because you got to remember I've been involved in this sport. You know, usually doing my own deal before I hooked up with Johnny. So, you know, it was a grueling schedule to get on and off airplanes, hotel rooms, and you know, when you do 30, 33 weeks a year, it's grueling, the travel and so forth. So at this point in time, I'll be 66 next month. I just hit or miss you know, maybe I'll do maybe 15, maybe 20 races a year, as BJ can attest to. I just don't go to the track that much, but I have a great 90-inch TV in my living room here, and I can watch the races better than ever. So
I guarantee it. Yeah.
If you can't be there, at least you can, you know. And then I have a crystal in my radio where I can listen to the race teams and see what's going on with all the cars. So, you know, it's kind of a neat experience. If you can't be there, this is second best, no doubt.
Yeah. Now, what is that? Is that the scanner thing that you've listened to?
Yeah,
Gary?
it's more intense. You know, you pay for it, but, you know, you can get these crystals that, you know, you can listen to each race team. And, you know, I've got mine set up where I can switch it from one team to another, go from Ross's team to Garrett's, you know, to Stevens, and then, you know, go to BJ's naturally. So,
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Shoot, yeah. Then you catch a little bit of all of it.
Catch a little bit of all of it, that's true.
Yeah.
So we're excited about our program. I'm excited for what BJ has going on with his deal. He's, like I said, he's a fine human being that, you know, you can attest to when you go to the track, and, you know, there's a lot of genuine people, and there's a lot of handshaking going on, and there's always somebody that wants to rub next to you if you're a team owner or if you're a driver. But, you know, I really took a strong liking to BJ right off the bat. I mean, BJ's kind of, you got to understand something here. BJ's kind of a skull head. and I'll let him define all that, okay?
Yeah.
But he dresses in black a lot. So, you know, I didn't know what to think of BJ, you know, the first year that I watched him. After I got to know this guy, this cat is something else. You know,
Yeah, he sounds like it.
person. Very genuine, one of a kind. You'll not see another guy to track like BJ McLeod, trust me.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy for BJ, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just always been different.
Yeah.
You know, I do like my race team's, the logo for it's actually a tattoo that I have on my shoulder. So, you know, it's a skull tattoo, and it you know, I've always been different. I've always dressed, you know, I'd say it's not gothic, but I've definitely had the skull T-shirts or skull chains or, you know, whatever. And this goes back to kindergarten. Like 5 years old, I was doing this stuff. It just never, I don't know. It just is, you know, Mom took me to the store when I was 4 years old, and I picked out something that had a skull on it. And it just stuck with me. So,
Hey, we'll start worrying whenever we see a piece of metal in your nose ring there.
That's not going to happen. I'm not about that.
No.
I don't. If you see me with a polo shirt on, you'd be like, "Oh, he's clean cut." You know, I do have black hair all the time, so that's a little hard to hide. But you know, and then if you see me at the beach, you'd see tattoos on my back and shoulder, and definitely, you know, be like, "Okay, that's not a NASCAR driver." You know, so
BJ's one of a kind, and I want the folks out there to really concentrate on this guy's career. He's something to reckon with, and he's somebody that stays out of trouble. He doesn't wreck cars. You know, he's never is it his fault if he's involved in an accident.
That's right. That's good.
They all can get caught up in something, but BJ can take a car and stay out of trouble, no doubt.
Well, we do the best we can. It's been fun because, you know, the coolest part that I've learned driving for you guys is I can drive really hard now and stay out of trouble. Like it's different. There's 2 or 3 different levels of racing. It's, you know, where we're at on the budget on the weekends. We just try to take care of the car. It's fun how fast we can still go. Like we can still qualify 20th. You know, we still finish 20th usually or better. You know, it's like, and that's with me riding on restarts and, you know, just never getting 3 wide. You know, making sure if something looks like there might be an issue, stay away from it for a lap or 2. And that's a lot of time lost. You know, it's nothing but exercising time from the time the greens drop to the checkered. So whoever does it in the shortest distance is the one that wins the race. And we lose a lot taking care of stuff, but it's still cool how good we can do while we're doing that and making sure we're helping build the team and, you know, helping keep the 4 and the 0 and the 1 going. And, you know, like I enjoy that. Like I like knowing that I'm part of what helps, you know, the rest of the team keep going and be correct. So it's, you know, we all have our jobs there, and I enjoy mine. I have fun with it. My team has fun with it, and we just work hard and make sure we do it every week. But it's definitely a fun time to see. It's been fun to see how I've been able to learn to be able to drive harder and keep the cars in one piece at the same time.
What number, BJ, will you be driving tonight?
It's 53.
53?
Yeah, we're much on the same program that I am in Johnny's 15 and Gary's 15 every now and then. You know, it's this weekend's literally, I mean, we don't have a shot to win the Open unless, you know, however many cars are there wrecked, but it's you know, it's fun to go out there and get seat time, and I learned a lot qualifying yesterday and what we could do with this package because it's all new to all of us. So we got some good experience this weekend. We'll be taking care of the car tonight. We're not looking for anything spectacular. We're just going to run all the laps and bring it home and bring it back to 600 next week. That's the plan.
Yeah, and what'd you qualify? What position?
I actually don't even know the position. I didn't look. We qualified really well for what we normally do.
Yeah.
Ross beat me by 2/10, and Landon beat me 12/100. So my goal, you know, each weekend is to try to be with Ross, and you know that's really hard to do because I mean obviously he's really good, and you know Premium's got a really good team over there, but we shoot to be close to them guys and close to Landon because obviously Landon's a hell of a driver too, and you know he's got a good team and they've got a pretty good budget, so we shoot to be close to them guys, and we were actually, like I said, really close to them qualifying wise. And we did no mock runs, we did no prep to qualify good. So I was pretty proud of that. And I think we're 33rd or something. I don't know to be exact, but the point is we were within 0.2 of the best I think we can be with the budget we have right now, and that's pretty good for us. I only ran 4 laps of practice.
Yeah. Now, Gary, this is the Xfinity tonight, right, or is it?
No, it's open to the Cup Series.
Oh, Cup Series. Okay.
We'll not be at the track until next weekend.
Okay, I got you. Well, BJ, I'm gonna let you guys go, but it's been great.
Yes, it has. It's been a pleasure
having you on the show, and would love to have you back again, along with Gary, of course.
Yep, we can do that. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, and you've got an open mic anytime here, just like Gary. Anytime, because you're like a book of knowledge in my book for racing.
Yes.
It's not that hard to be okay at something when you've literally spent your entire life learning it.
I know, and
I don't have a very high IQ or anything. It's just I've literally been obsessed with racing since before I can remember. That's not like an analysis or something. It's literally facts. I cannot remember when I started racing. Okay, so that's when you know that you've been in the sport a long time, when you can't remember it.
Yeah.
Listen, Bullet, Eddie, we appreciate you guys letting us kind of hog tie your show there for a little bit.
No, I wanted it that way this week, because Bullet's got it next week, and he'll.
Yeah, I'll be here by myself next week. So if you guys get a chance, you can call in and say hi to him or something, or call in.
I'll do that. And then I'll let you get. I just want the people of Cleveland, Tennessee, and the Tennessee area know how lucky they are that they have 2 fine gentlemen that love NASCAR and love the sport. And we'll help you as much as we possibly can, get you guys the drivers on your program to help you out. But we appreciate the job you're doing. I'm sorry when I came through town last weekend, Eddie, that we couldn't hook up. I wanted the audience to know that as I was driving back from Daytona last weekend, I stopped by Cleveland, Tennessee, and I made a call to Eddie, but he didn't answer, so I kept heading north, back to Cincinnati here. But we'll hook up sometime in the near future, and I hope and I pray that your wife gets better, that we can get you guys to the track, okay?
All right. I appreciate you too, Gary. You don't know how much. And BJ, it's been a pleasure having you on here, and do want you back sometime this year.
Yes, sir.
Back on the air.
You guys having me on, okay?
All right, I'll get with Gary, and Gary will get it all set up. I like this 3-way deal, Gary. We could do that with a Ross sometime, and we could do that with Garrett.
We'll get it done. I'll try to get, when I get to Daytona on...
Landon?
Baseball race at Daytona is the 6th, isn't it, I think?
I think it's the 7th on Friday night.
Maybe I can, on that Friday, I can get some of the drivers on for you on that following Saturday. I know probably Ross and Landon, they'll be hanging around for the Cup race, and BJ will be there. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks a lot for your time.
Yep.
Hey, that's fine, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Give me a call sometime, Gary.
Okay,
all right.
Hey, Pat, you want to go to a song here, and then we'll
go to song, then you get back to some of them wonderful topics there, Bullet. So here we go. You give me a song.
Go ahead.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the wishing on a falling star, waiting for the early train. Sorry boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe, you can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the
I'm going to play Beverly Primers here pretty soon. Yeah, we're back. And we want to talk a little bit about the Bradley High School game. They actually go to the state championship game now. I think they beat Lincoln County this past Thursday. What was it, 6-4? Bradley was ahead of them 4-1, and Lincoln County tried to come back on them and tied it 4-4. And one of the Bradley players hit a home run, and Bradley beat Lincoln County 6-4. So next week, they don't know who they play yet. I think it's, next Monday or Tuesday they play. I don't know exactly when it is. But this is the first time Bradley's been back over, since 2007? I believe it's been 2007 last time this is over. But anyway, Bradley gets to, I hope they win it all. So they're over playing for state championship next week.
Hey, that's good, boy.
Yeah, it is.
Give us a call at 614-5553. I sure did like Gary Keller.
Oh, I did too, Pastor.
B.J. McLeod.
I did too. Book of Knowledge. And
yeah.
But I think you want me to say something a little bit about this. Beverly Hills may ban all tobacco products. I don't know what they're going to try to do.
Uh-oh.
It says Beverly Hills is going to try to ban all tobacco products. That's Beverly Hills for you. I don't know what they're trying to do over there. I don't know if it's over there or out there, where it is. Anyway, says right here that the I think they're having problems with let's see, Marlboro, and I don't know what the problem is, or really, but according to this, they're going to try to ban all tobacco products in gas stations and stores. And I don't believe they can myself, but maybe they can. And see, it says right here that Rite Aid Pharmacy is just down the street from this business, and they're in, it says cigarettes, Pat said, you ain't gonna believe this. Cigarettes go for $8 a pack.
Mm.
$8 for a pack of cigarettes. And here's a Union 76 gas station blocks away, and it says that they sell all 50 packs of. It costs $12 a piece for a cigarettes pack. And I don't understand all that, but I don't smoke, so I don't smoke or drink or nothing anymore. So anyway, it says California is among at least 25 states to outlaw smoking in the workplace. We don't allow it here, do we, Fast Eddie? Smoking in the workplace or
no
restaurants?
Yeah, they sort of stopped that, didn't they?
Yeah, we don't allow it here. Where was I at the other day? I went outside and somebody was puffing and blowing. I don't remember. I can't remember where it was. Oh, I was at a service station. I told this guy, I said, I wouldn't get too close to that gas pump.
Yeah, and, blast off.
Yeah, anyway, they're going to try to ban them all. It's in California. I said, my brother went to that game over Thursday night, watched Bradley.
Oh, Paul, he went to it, huh?
Yeah, he went over and he bought him some popcorn, a drink, and he said he enjoyed it. That's the first baseball game he's been to in years.
Yeah.
He's actually a Cleveland High School football guy.
Yeah.
And anyway, Fast Eddie, I guess you know that May is National Bike Month. And everybody, you don't ride a bike, do you, Fast Eddie? You don't have time, probably, anyway. I don't either. I don't ride a bike either. Well, my brother does, but I'm thinking about getting me one this summer right on the Greenway. Anyway, it says May is National Bike Month. And they're going to be meeting, let's see, it's sponsored, hosted by Scott's Bicycle Shop, and participants they're going to be meeting at Baskin Robbins, and I'm trying to see the date on this thing. Let's see, May the 18th, that's the day, ain't it? May 18th.
May 18th.
May the 18th, they're going to be at Cook's Food Store parking lot, and they're going back to Yogurt Studio. It's $5 for the fee. Where is let's see, they're going back to Yogurt at Studio. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, they're going to meet at Cook's Food Store today. It's going to be they already meet at 11:30 a.m. So that's about right now. They're going to be meeting over at Cook's Food Store. And May the 25th is going to be at Swim Mills Park Bike. It's at Music at the Mill. It's going to be $10. And anyway, May is National Bike. Now, Fast Eddie, real fast, here's some of the things you should do when you ride a bike. Always wear a helmet. My brother does it. And let's see, well, I don't know. I don't think the law says you have to, but when I rode a motorcycle, I wore a helmet.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And always wear a helmet. And then it says ride in the lane that's most in ahead of you. I think if you
don't you ride facing the traffic coming at you, or
I think you yeah, because you don't want to. I wouldn't want to ride a bike. Cars coming behind me because I'd be afraid one would run over me.
Exactly.
I think those people. Yeah, I think you're right. And it says obey all stop signs, traffic lights, and lane markings. And it says look before you change lanes too when you're riding a bike.
Oh yeah.
Says if you can wear visible clothing, bright orange or something like that. And that's just some little rules riding the bike. He's been riding one longer than I have, and he enjoys it. I may need to start riding one. Bikes are you can get a good bike at Walmart for $60, I guess.
Yeah.
So they ain't that high, and. I wonder where is that Mr. Sid at? I ain't heard him Fast Eddie all week.
I don't know, but Paul's got a good bike. Does he still have an orange?
He does. It just needs a tire on it. I told him to get him a tire and put on it. And it's got big gooseneck handlebars on it.
Oh my goodness!
And I think he's gonna start riding it. Now I heard Pro Day show. I had a Pro Day show Friday talking about that bike. That was back in 2016.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's talking to me. And anyway, he still got it. He just needs to put him a tire on it, I believe. And
yeah, Sid's probably at work.
I don't know where Rascal is.
I want to give old Happy Tales one more. Happy Tales Grooming Salon here in 2251 North Coy Street. at 339-5777. It's a good place to get your dog groomed.
Yeah.
I've got one over getting groomed now. Bridget Ogle is your owner over there, and Amy Hamlin. She's the one that grooms my dog, and you got Keisha Knight, and Christina's over there, sweet lady. And they do boarding too there.
Well, they're located at Past Eddie?
2251 North of Coy Street.
Oh, okay.
And the number's 339-5777. And Bullet, we still got about
I'm gonna play another song here.
28 minutes, 27 minutes. You can play a song if you don't get a call.
And I'm gonna play this. Goes out for Cornbread when I get ready to play it here.
You let me know and we'll play it.
Let's see. Okay, anytime.
All right.
Christmas Day of 1967, originally, is written by Boudleaux and Felice Bryan about a beautiful spot just out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And on February the 15th, 1982, this song was voted by the General Assembly of Tennessee as one of their official state songs, and we were very fortunate to be the first group to have the first record on this. And since then, it's been recorded over 100 times. And we look back on dear old Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, Tennessee. Once two strangers climbed on Rocky Top looking for a moonshine still. Strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top, I reckon they never will. Corn won't grow at all on Rocky Top, dirt's too rocky by far. That's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Forgot my name.
just a friend. And I'll say, oh, I'm not blind to him. What's she gonna do about him? She's gonna have to do without him, or do without me. No one gets to get it for free. It's me or it's him. Don't know what he looks like. Don't know who he is. Don't know why she thought that I would say what's mine is his. I don't want to own her, but I can't let her have it both ways. Free is one too many of us. She leaves with me or stays with him. What's she gonna do about him? She's gonna have to do without him, or do without me. No one gets to get it for free. It's me or it's him. Just exactly how we once were. It's goodbye to he and I, back to me and her. Without him, what's she gonna do about him? She's gonna have to do without him, or do without me. No one gets to get time for me to make the girl see. It's me or it's him. What's she gonna do about him? She's gonna have to do without him, or do without me. No one gets to get it for free.
That's him, Bullet.
He's
Rupert Holmes and him. I don't know how old Rupert would be.
My brother asked me a question a while ago, past 8. I'm not sure. He asked me, there used to be a guy driving, and he's won a lot of races, and he don't race anymore. I think he's talking about Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, Jeff's up in the booth for Fox.
Yeah. And, you ever talked to any of them guys? Oh, yeah, he asked me, did you meet Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I did meet Dale Earnhardt Jr. I interviewed Dale Earnhardt Jr. years ago in Talladega. Oh, yeah. Mike Joy. We've had him on the show, call in. He's that commentator, Mike Joy.
Yeah. Past Eddie, yeah. He went there, and I remember Past Eddie said his heart started beating too fast when he met Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, it did. I couldn't hold the phone in my hand. Oh, yeah.
I never have been to a live race, Past Eddie. I'm about to go one of these times. It's hard. I mean, I've been close. Me and my brother and Daddy we just like 30 miles being in Bristol. We went and seen Cleveland High School play football up there.
Yeah.
And, there's a sign that said Bristol, 30 miles.
Well, but no.
What about this little thing here, Past Eddie? It says a dog runs away home just to be with his daycare buddies. It's a true story. It's this dog wanted to run away from home just to be with his, like the little dogs in the daycare. So it actually went over 2 miles, and it was in St. Anne, Missouri, and it actually wanted to go back to this the daycare to visit his buddy dogs, and it's a true story. And well, dogs are got sense, and
they do.
I mean, it says a dog ran away from home and from the North Street in Louisiana County, and it went straight to his to his daycare. They took it there and boarded it some. And so, let's see, it says here that they actually had the cameras on it when it went through the door, and it ran up to this dog and started licking it. And I think that's something else. It says here that the place was on Boulevard, and the dog had to go across a busy intersection to get there. The name of the place was Happy Trails, and
Happy Trails. That's what our closing is.
Yeah, Happy Trails. That's right.
Happy Trails.
And but that's amazing what a dog can do sometimes.
Yeah.
I think he had to go 2 miles, but I've heard of dogs traveling 100 miles to get home. And you think your dog could find your way back home past it?
No.
You don't think it would?
No, it can't find its way out of the house. That's the problem. That's the problem. Hey, Bullet, the local chapter of Vietnam Veterans of America, the Edward J. Sharp, Chapter 596, not only raises funds for veterans in need, but also honors veterans from Vietnam and all other wars through its pinning ceremonies. VVA is the only I can't pronounce that word. They're chartered veterans service organization dedicated to Vietnam veterans.
Yeah.
This is due to a large to society for the Vietnam War back in the 1960s and 70s.
I think those guys go out also, and they will build ramps for people that has a wheelchair that can't get in and out. They will build ramps, and
yeah, that's true. Yeah, they will
do everything like that. And we got some good organizations here.
You got that right. I think they built a ramp for my dad up in North Carolina, so he could. He's not in a wheelchair, but railings.
It says here they will build ramps, and they will donate a bed or a wheelchair, and even pay for a night in a hotel if they don't have no place to stay. And
so you can't beat that.
No, you can't. They are Doyle Hughes, James Dean, and president, and then Tim Green, secretary. I don't have a phone number, but I'll bring one in. Disabled American Vets next Saturday and give him a phone number. I don't have one with me right now. I should know it, Disabled American Vets.
That's a good deal there.
Yeah. But see, Pat, Eddie, how would you like to meet this girl in a dark alley? She is blonde-headed and she is a black belt.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, she says here that she took her students to they actually qualified for the judo Olympics, and but she does have a black belt, and I guarantee you, somebody jumps on her, they better. I guarantee they're going to be jumping off real fast. What I mean is try to hurt her or something.
That's right.
She is blonde-headed, and she does hold the black belt.
Hey, you want to touch on a little wrestling right now,
Sure.
Bullet? What about Ric Flair? He's last account I heard, he had another heart attack.
Oh yeah, I hate to hear that. One time he was in Atlanta, Georgia, for a long time.
I know it.
And Ric Flair, I remember.
Slick Rick.
I used to see him down in Chattanooga at the auditorium. Him and who's that jumped in on Tommy Ricks? You don't know. Anyway, I was asking my brother, he's asleep. See, there was somebody jumped on Tommy Ricks down there, and Ric Flair. I went up to him. See, back then you could stand up the ropes. I was beating like that. I said, Ric Flair, how about let me come in there and do something? He come over and held the rope for me to come in there. I wasn't going to get in there with Ric Flair.
That's right.
There's no way. Well, a lot of people say it's fake, but I guarantee you one thing. Those guys can take care of themselves. And
wasn't fake when I got slammed by a junkyard dog. I can tell you that right now. That wasn't fake.
No, it wasn't. It's one didn't break your back.
I felt like it did.
I'll tell you what. I'm still a wrestling fan. I don't get to go much.
I like it.
They don't have it anymore in Chattanooga. I wish they did have it. They don't
Well,
have
Joe Buck had it down there at East Ridge, didn't he?
Yeah, that was. I'm more of a. Those guys are more wrestling here around I don't know if they. I think they had one top name. Or Bill Dundee. Well, he's too old to wrestle, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think. And well, Tommy's getting too old too. All the guys I used to see now are Sting's even getting old.
Yeah. And Jerry Lawler. He's got all them problems.
Well, him and Tommy Rich wrestled 2017.
Yeah.
And one of these times I'll pull one of these. I can pull it up on YouTube. Interview with Tommy Rich. But Tommy's in. How old is Tommy Rich? He's about. I'd say he's mid-60s.
63, Paul said.
I don't know. He looks older than that, but.
Hey, that beating and banging on each other can make you get old quick.
You ever go to the Omni in Atlanta?
Yeah.
I went there to the Omni and drove all the way to Atlanta, watched a wrestling match. Me and my brother went. He went with me. I used to go by myself, and they had some good matches. I can't think of the name of it. Tommy Rich used to come. You know, Pat said all wrestlers had a theme song to come out to. Tommy Rich come out to Georgia.
On my mind.
Yeah, I think that's when he come out to it. And I don't know.
That's it.
And Sting, I don't know what Sting's theme song is. Or Ric Flair was that. I know it. I can't think. He used to come out to something. Pat said, I wonder what channel that race comes on this evening on.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'll be talking a little more about this black belt girl here. She's her name is let's see, what is her name? Let's see, it says right here.
This is
Marlius Bateman. Marlius Bateman, I think is her name. And I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to tangle with her.
No.
She does hold black belt, and in other words, she can take care of herself.
Now, Bullet, the Monster Energy Cup Series is tonight.
We got a phone.
And it is, I'll get right back to it. Go ahead, caller. You're live on Saturday mornings.
Well, I think I've heard this voice before several years ago.
What's that?
Yeah. Well, what is it about that you could only run 5 races you was talking about?
Oh, that was somebody like Kyle Busch, a cup driver can only go down in the Xfinity Series or the Gander Truck Series and only run 5 races this year.
You know who that sounds like, Pastor? It sounds like Edward Webb of the Edward Hour.
Oh, you don't think he would call into this show, do you?
I believe it is. I believe it's Edward.
That's who it sounds like. I don't know who it is.
He actually heard one of my revivals, Pastor Eddie.
Who, Edward did?
Yeah, and he said he went to one, though.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Bullet?
See, that's Edward Hour.
I'm doing okay. Now, I just got through talking about another revival. I don't know if you heard it or not.
Revival, Bullet announced it the other day on our show. And I went up there Thursday night. Man, the singing was wonderful. They was singing out of the old Redback hymnal.
Yeah, I love it.
They sang, had a good piano player, and had a good song leader. And it was really great, you know.
Well, here's actually another revival. Did you hear this one I said earlier?
Yeah, you want to go, Bullet?
This is Kinser Church of God revival.
Do you know where that is?
It's on 140 Kinser Road Southeast.
Now, let me tell you where. You know where the wine store is out there on 64 Highway?
Yeah.
You turn to the right. It's a church you can see right over there.
Oh, okay.
It's behind that gas station right there. Turn to the right and then back to the left. You're right in there. I've been there.
It's the 19th through the 22nd.
Well, that preacher over there can play music. He plays an accordion. And one time I took my accordion over there and stood up there, and he played his, and I played mine, and the choir sang. Man, I never was so tired, hardly. You know, I wanted to sit down. If I ever go back, of course, I don't play accordion much now. If I ever go back, I'll take me a chair. I'll sit in a chair and play.
Before he went to, Pastor, he actually went to Centerpoint. That's over where I was. You know, you go up through go by Walker Valley High School at Centerpoint, where he went to revival.
Yeah.
And
well, you know what I did. I went up the interstate and went that way. And then I came home. I came home the other way. I come out of the church and turned left, came to B&B Marina, and came on down that road,
Yeah.
Hopewell School. And, man, that's the shortest way, I believe.
It probably is. I know there's about 2 or 3 ways to go. Anyway, what are you up to today? Are you going to? Are you at a restaurant or what?
Oh, no, I've not been out to eat. I've been eating some frozen strawberries.
Oh, okay.
They're good, frozen.
Do what?
I said they're good, frozen strawberries.
Well, yeah, you can eat them frozen, put them in your mouth and clamp down on them,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been listening to you guys this morning.
Yeah, we got off to a kind of bad start. The system was messed up or something.
Yeah, somebody messed up the board here.
And we got it going.
That's good. Yeah, I was listening there. Y'all did good.
Yeah.
Now tell me about the real race that's going to be on today, Eddie.
Edward, that race that comes on at it'll be on at 8 o'clock tonight. It's on Fox Sports 1.
I can't get that.
And it's going to be the All-Star race. They run, stage 1 will be 20 laps, stage 2, 20 laps, stage 3, and stage 3 will be 10 laps.
Well, now, last time I got you on this, but it's a different race.
Yeah, they're racing in Charlotte, North Carolina this week.
Yeah.
Well, the President's race is going to be tonight, the horse race. Okay.
I'm
the horse race.
I'm gonna start protesting them. I believe. I don't think they did that horse right last week.
Oh no, man! At last they cheated that guy.
Yeah, I know it.
They cheated. Yeah, they did.
Well, it's going. NBC's going to have it on starting at 5 o'clock.
Well, I can watch NBC. But...
And the race is supposed to be at 6:48. Okay. And this is the second race toward a triple crown.
I don't know if I want to watch it the way they treat that horse, but I guess we got to, though. But I just wish everybody would complain about the way they treated that horse last week.
Yeah, well, maybe they paid less money if the other horse won, paid out less money. I don't know. Well, listen, y'all had a good program. Had those guys call in talking about race.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah, they were great.
Yeah. They can talk. They was actually a book of knowledge.
Yeah, but man, they had it. They had the knowledge.
Yeah, they did.
That was interesting. That fella rather drive for somebody else than to drive his own cars.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of money involved there, Edward. He's got 3 or 4 cars himself that runs, but he don't have the money as this other group does. But they don't have the money that Joe Gibbs and Rick Hendrick and Childers has,
So it's like everything else. It's who's got the money can really get going, huh?
I think so. I think it's a money thing, yes. That's one thing about it.
Well, now you gentlemen have a good day and a good weekend,
And we'll see you Monday night on the Edward there with Bullet and City Councilman Tom Cassidy.
Well, now, Eddie, are you wanting to go to that revival with me?
Well, my wife's not doing good, so I'm having to be with her at the house.
Yeah.
I've been through that. I understand that. It's wonderful that you stay home and are with her. You're with her, and you can help her if she needs anything.
Well, he's not going to be. He's actually not going to go. He's not going to be with me next week because I think he.
I've got to go down to the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville next.
Yeah, well, next week is Memorial Day too.
Yeah.
You've got to remember that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, bless you guys. You have a great weekend.
All right, we'll see.
Thanks for taking my call. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That was Edward of the Edward Hour.
Yeah, with Bullet and Tom Cassidy.
Have you got something else you want to play that real fast? And then I'll play our theme song. I mean our closing song.
I'd say go ahead and play the closing. It's here. It's 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Chinese overtime.
All right, go ahead, please.
And we'll play the closing. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next week, or at least Bullet will.
the clouds that we're together.
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Some trails are happy ones,
Others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you.
happy trails to you.
Until we meet again.
Happy
Trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to you.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
And you're listening to WOOPLP, Cleveland, Tennessee. Whoop FM is a broadcasting service of the Traditional Music Resource Center, and we play America's original music.